to the Tuesday, January 4th regular meeting, Baldwin County Commission. Today we have, excuse me, mine didn't turn on. All right, I'll do that over again. Good morning, welcome to the January 3rd, January 4th meeting. And we got Pastor Rick Mulgari with Fairhope Christian Church to lead us in the invocation, and followed by the Pledge of Allegiance by Commissioner Joe Davis. Y'all would stand for me.
1 Thessalonians chapter 5, verses 16 through 18. Rejoice always. Pray without ceasing. Give thanks in all circumstances, for this is the will of God in Christ Jesus for you. Most loving and gracious God, we are grateful for the opportunity to gather here this morning to discuss the future of this great county. We thank you for each of these leaders who have stepped forward, and each person here who has business before this commission. And we pray that our deliberations align with your will and purposes, remembering all those who will be affected by the decisions made here today. We ask for guidance, wisdom, and directions that we seek to make this part of the world a better place for all. All praise and glory to you, our rock and redeemer. In Christ's name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Amen. Let's pledge allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioners. Good morning.
Good morning.
First on our agenda today, Commissioners, we have the adoption of the meeting minutes from December 21st, 2021 regular meeting. Entertain a motion.
Mr. Chairman, I make a motion we approve the minutes from December the 21st, 2021 regular meeting.
I'll second that.
We got a motion by Commissioner Gruber, a second by Commissioner Davis to approve the meeting minutes from December 21. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Motion passes. Next before you, Commissioners, is our consent agenda with all of our administrative items that we have here, all the way down to our presentations. It's all the B items, BA1 all the way through BQ7. I have an entertain a motion to approve those items.
I'll make that motion.
And I'll second it.
All right, we've got a motion by Commissioner Underwood, a second by Commissioner Davis to approve our consent agenda from yesterday. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Motion passes. Next up, we're up to our presentations. Sheriff.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Good morning.
Good morning.
Mr. Dice, good morning. It's good to be with y'all here today on yet another time that we're coming to give some recognition to some special individuals. As you know, I've appeared before this commission, I believe this is the fourth time in the past year, where we have recognized individuals who have been awarded a Lifesaver Award. And a Lifesaver Award from the Sheriff's Office is just that. It's an award where a deputy sheriff or another member of the Sheriff's Office has saved a life while in the performance of his or her duty. Unfortunately, these awards have become rather frequent. And I say that not because we saved lives, but because of the circumstances that have led up to us having to save the life. This past year, we had an unprecedented amount of opioid overdoses in Baldwin County. Tragically, over 70 of those resulted in death. But many did not. And some of those that did not were the direct result of deputy sheriffs of the Baldwin County Sheriff's Office. And those are the cases that I'll be presenting the awards for today. So I will go ahead and get into it so that we can, in essence of time, move forward. The first one is awarded to Deputy Derek Boone. Deputy Boone, if you would join me at the podium, please. On September the 17th of this past year, our agency received a medical assist call about a cardiac arrest in Summerdale. The initial call was dispatched, and Deputy Boone took the initiative to respond. Upon his arrival, he immediately grabbed his medical kit and entered the home where he observed the patient lying unresponsive on the floor. There were no signs of life at this point. Deputy Boone immediately diverted to his life-saving measures, checking the patient's airway, breathing, and circulation, and determined that the use of his department-issued automated electronic defibrillator device was needed. He then placed pads onto the individual and a shock was delivered. Deputy Boone continued the chest compressions. Also present within the residence at that time was the individual's mother. As you can imagine, the mother was somewhat distraught and at times even tried to interrupt Deputy Boone in his life-saving efforts. However, Deputy Boone remained focused on the mission at hand and had to deliver yet a second shock by the AED device. The living room space was somewhat tight, and while administering compressions, Deputy Boone had to move the patient out of the doorway while he continued the compressions. Eventually, medical personnel did arrive, and a pulse was regained, and the patient began to regain consciousness. She was subsequently transported to South Baldwin Hospital, where she had to undergo emergency surgery, and a defibrillator had to be placed within her. She has since been released from the hospital and appears to be surviving well, considering her pre-existing medical condition. Through the quick-saving, life-saving measures given by Deputy Boone on that day, she is alive. For his performance during this critical time, I would like to present Deputy Derek Boone the Baldwin County Sheriff's Office Lifesaver Award. Congratulations. Next, I would like to ask Deputy Jake Allen and Greg Musgrove to join me at the podium. On October the 16th of this past year, Deputies Allen and Musgrove located a suspicious vehicle with the motor running during the early morning hours near U.S. Highway 98 and County Road 97 in Alberta. They found a male inside the locked vehicle slumped over in the driver's seat, unconscious. Numerous attempts were made to wake him before the deputies were forced to gain entry by breaking the window and to render medical aid. After assessing the male, it was determined he was suffering from an opioid overdose. He was breathing, but was very shallow, and his lips were beginning to turn blue. Deputies administered a dose of their issued Narcan. It did not provide any change in his condition. Moments later, a second dose was administered by the deputies, which resulted in the male gasping for air and regaining consciousness. Later, he was found to have ingested the drug fentanyl. Had it not been for Deputy Allen and Deputy Musgrove's attentiveness, actions, and administration of Narcan, this man would have certainly been found deceased. For their efforts, I would like to award Deputy Jake Allen and Deputy Greg Musgrove with the Baldwin County Sheriff's Office, the Sheriff's Office Lifesaver Award. I would ask now Deputy Holt Johnson, please join me at the podium. On October 20th of this past year, Deputy Holt Johnson received information that a person was potentially unconscious, unresponsive, or perhaps deceased in a vehicle on County Road 65 in Foley, Alabama. Deputy Johnson requested medical personnel assistance as he responded to the location. Upon arrival, Deputy Johnson found a male inside the vehicle unconscious. His lips were blue, he was not breathing, nor was he responsive. Based on information available to Deputy Johnson at that time, he believed the male had overdosed on an opioid-based drug and administered one dose of his county-issued Narcan. After approximately 30 seconds, he began breathing and was monitored until medical personnel arrived. He eventually regained full consciousness and was found to have ingested an amount of, once again, fentanyl, a substance that he thought was heroin. Had it not been for Deputy Johnson's quick response and administration of Narcan, the subject would have certainly been found deceased. For his actions, I would like to award Deputy Holt Johnson the Baldwin County Sheriff's Office Lifesaver Award. You'll notice something familiar in this next story. I would like Deputy Jake Allen and Deputy Lucas Jones to join me at the podium. On October the 27th this past year, deputies were requested to assist the Alabama law enforcement agency's troopers with a wreck near the intersection of County Road 49 and US 98 in Magnolia Springs. The initial deputy arrived and was assisting the trooper with an intoxicated driver when a second subject was located unconscious in the vehicle. Deputy Allen and Deputy Jones began attending to the passenger. He was found to be unconscious. The deputies were able to determine he was suffering from an opioid overdose, and Deputies Allen and Jones began rendering first aid. Deputy Allen retrieved his issued Narcan and administered a 4 milligram dose. They continued monitoring and rendering aid to him until the ambulance services from MedStar arrived, and the subject began to regain consciousness. Deputy Allen and Deputy Jones' actions through first aid and administration of Narcan led to the resuscitation of the male subject. For their actions and efforts, I would like to award Deputy Jake Allen and Deputy Lucas Jones the Baldwin County Sheriff's Office Lifesaver Award. I would like to ask Deputy Josh Dinkins to join me at the podium. On October the 29th of this past year, Deputy Josh Dinkins was dispatched to County Road 26 in Foley, Alabama in reference to a possible overdose. When Deputy Dinkins arrived, he found a female subject unconscious, not breathing, with blue lips, and on the floor of the residence. As he continued assessing the female, Deputy Dinkins adjusted her position to open up her airway so that she could breathe, at which time she took a breath, but the breathing soon became labored. Deputy Dinkins was able to ascertain she was a drug user and was experiencing evidence on scene of an opioid overdose. Deputy Dinkins administered a dose of his issued Narcan to her left nostril and attached an AED to assist in monitoring her. Within minutes, her breathing became more consistent, and she, too, regained consciousness. Deputy Dinkins' actions through first aid and the use of Narcan led to the resuscitation and revitalization of this subject. For his actions and efforts, I would like to award Deputy Joshua Dinkins the Baldwin County Sheriff's Office Lifesaver Award. And I would ask Deputy Michael Morton to join me at the podium. On November the 8th of 2021, Deputy Michael Morton received a call for service at the Oasis truck stop in the Wilcox community of Robertsdale, Alabama, where a subject was found unconscious on the bathroom floor. When he arrived, Deputy Morton found the subject to be unconscious, sweating profusely, and observed he had track marks from injection sites on both arms. Deputy Morton immediately administered a dose of Narcan, which resulted in the subject gasping for air. After several minutes, the individual regained consciousness and was transported by medical personnel for emergency medical procedures. Deputy Morton's actions through first aid and the administration of Narcan led to resuscitation and revitalization of the subject. For his actions and efforts, I would like to award Deputy Michael Morton the Baldwin County Sheriff's Office Lifesaver Award. Commissioners, that concludes the awards today. But unfortunately, I can tell you that we'll be back before this commission in the next month or so, because since November, the last award that you heard presented, we have had 3 additional life-saving measures to opioid overdoses. I can tell you that we are working in conjunction with our law enforcement partners. This will be a priority for us in 2022. To work towards the eradication of the illegal use of heroin, fentanyl, and other opioid drugs in this county. It is serious. It is something that we must address, and we will address it. But I am proud of all of the men that were presented to you today for their efforts and what they did in saving these lives, who literally gave all of these people that we talked about today a second chance at life. Thank you.
Thank you, Sheriff.
Thank you, Sheriff.
Commissioners, Commissioner Gruber.
Yes, thank you, Sheriff, and thank you, the deputies, for what y'all do. I mean, golly, you go to a scene and there's a person laying there, and they're trying to figure out what to do and when to administer the Narcan, and it takes a lot of training, and I appreciate what y'all do. Y'all are the backbone of our law enforcement in Baldwin County, and I appreciate all the hard work that y'all put into it. And I know y'all work very closely with the municipalities too, so I mean it makes a big difference, and that's what makes Baldwin County so great with its law enforcement. It's why you don't see our crime rate as high as other counties, and even our neighboring county in Mobile. It's you look at their statistics, and compare ours is so far better than anybody else's, and it's all because of good leadership and hard work from the Sheriff's Department. And thank y'all, each and every one of y'all.
Commissioner.
Again, thank you. Since you first started telling us about this, I've been able to become a little more educated about it, and I'm just so thankful for that ability that you guys have, and the training, just listening to, the AEDs, and that decision has to be made so quickly. And for the people whose lives you have saved, you've given those people a second chance. And I know God's put you in that place to give them that chance. I firmly believe that, but you were an obedient, willing person to do that. And I just hope and pray that some of these people who have got that second chance will use it in the right way, and that they will put those drugs aside and address their either addiction problems or whatever. But without you, they wouldn't have that second chance, I don't believe. And I'm just so thankful that you have the equipment, the training, the drug to use to offset that. It just makes me feel proud to know that you guys are here and that you're all over the county, and I see you guys everywhere in your vehicles, and I'm so thankful for you. It makes me feel safe. I've said it many, many times, but also that you're out there giving these people one more opportunity to say, you know what, maybe as long as I've got a pulse, I've got a purpose. And you helped give that person that back. I know it was that God worked through you, but thank you so much.
Thank you.
Mr. Davis.
Sheriff, I think you know my position on this, but I want your officers to know that my oldest granddaughter is on the police force in Hoover, Alabama. She was in Beach Patrol, then she was a jailer, then she was in Mobile's toughest districts, and now she's up in Hoover. So first responders have a special place in my heart and my mind, and I know that it's a tough job, but you have been trained well, and we've got to be ready for whatever's next. And this is a great example of us staying as in front of this stuff as we can. So my hat's off to every one of you, those of you that are in the room and those that are out on the road today, because what you do makes paradise what it is. Thank you.
Thank you. Sheriff, like you said, it's unfortunate that we have these presentations, but it's also a great opportunity for the public who tunes in to these meetings to understand, like you said, what a grave situation we have out on our streets with the illegal use of the opioid drugs. And these guys here are truly first responders in my mind, as well as law enforcement officers, because we have all talked about in the past how these guys get there before the ambulance or fire trucks get there. And I just like the public to see, as I always state, that not all police officers are bad as portrayed in the world today. So I'm very proud to be a part of this organization. For the guys that's never been in these chambers before, if this is your first time meeting the commission, understanding how the commission works, you have great leadership with your sheriff and his support staff, and you have got the 100% support and back of these four people sitting up here. And that's what it takes in order to be able to do all that we do. And to me, I'm not being, You know, I love saying that we've got the best of the best. I've been all over the state, all over some other states, and I just feel good when I get back home and feel safe when I go to sleep at night, like Commissioner Underwood said, all because of the great work that all you guys do. With that being said, Sheriff, thank you, thank your staff, thank all you deputies. Y'all stay safe out there, and we're always here for you.
That's right.
Thank you.
Thank you. Commissioners, I'm going to go back and clean up one thing that I forgot on when we consented on our administrative items on BA4. I just want for the record to reflect that there is a replacement item on BA4, and staff recommendation number 2 has been added to this item, and the absentee election manager has been requested the approval of a contracts for services for the assistant absentee election manager. So we talked about it yesterday. Yes. I just wanted to clear that for the record. I mean, everything else has been taken care of. Now we're going to let these guys get out of here, and we will start our public hearing section. All right. The first case that we have today in our public hearings is item DA1, is case LV 21006. This is an alcohol license application for the Dolan Corp. LLC doing business as the Dollar General Store, number 21840 in Alberta, Alabama. I will open this public hearing. Wayne, is there anybody here to speak for or against this?
No, sir, there is not.
So, ma'am, do you wish to speak?
No, I'm a Dollar General.
Okay.
Just for that.
Okay. If there's nobody here signed up for or against this to speak, the public hearing is closed. Commissioners.
Mr. Chairman, I'll make a motion we approve case number LV 21006, alcohol license application for the DOL Dollar General LLC.
And I'll second that.
We got a motion by Commissioner Gruber, second by Commissioner Davis to approve case number LV 21006. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. All right, motion carries. Next up, we have case number LV 21007. This is an alcohol license application for a restaurant group, LLC, doing business as Sassy Bass Wine and Spirits. Public hearing is now open. Is there anybody signed up to speak for or against this alcohol license?
No, sir, there is not.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a motion that we...
Hang on just a second.
Oh, excuse me.
Public hearing is closed.
All right. Now I'd like to make a motion that we approve DA2, case number LV-21007, the alcohol license application for a restaurant group doing business as Sassy Bass Wine and Spirits.
I second the motion.
We got a motion by Commissioner Davis, a second by Commissioner Gruber to approve this case number LV 21007. Any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Motion carries. Next up on our list, we have case number LV 21008, alcohol license application for a restaurant group doing business as Sassy Bass Quick Stop. Public hearing is open. Is there anybody here signed up to speak for or against this?
No, sir.
All right, since there's nobody here to speak for or against it, close the public hearing. Commissioners.
Mr. Chairman, make a motion we approve case number LV 1008, alcohol license application for a restaurant group, LLC, Sassy Bass Quick Stop.
I'll second that motion.
We got a motion by Commissioner Gruber, a second by Commissioner Davis to approve case number LV 21008. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Next up, we have case number LV 21009. This is an alcohol license application for a restaurant group, LLC, doing business as Sassy Bass Cocktail Tiki Bar. Public hearing is now open. Mr. Dice, is there anybody signed up to speak for or against this?
No, sir.
All right, since there's no one signed up to speak for or against this, public hearing is closed. Commissioners.
Mr. Chairman, I make a motion that we approve item DA3, case number LV 21009. Excuse me, that was DA4. Okay. LV 21009.
I'll second.
We got a motion by Commissioner Davis, a second by Commissioner Underwood to approve case number LV 21009. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All right, motion carries. Next up, Eddie, we've got our, under public hearings, we've got a couple of unsafe nuisance structures. If you would, Eddie, come to the podium.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
Just a reminder that, you know, the county has a process that we can deem a structure unsafe and a nuisance. And on today's agenda, we have two of those that has been through my office for the last 150 or so days. And there's a process that we go through to where the property owners get notified about the unsafe nuisance, and then if they do not remedy that unsafe nuisance, then we're at that point today to where it's the commission's decision to either agree with me that it is a nuisance and then sign a resolution that will allow me to, and the county, to go in and clean this property up, and then that those charges get charged back to the property taxes. And then so on the first one, the 18300, I guess, do we need to open the public hearing first?
We open the public hearing before he gives us.
Oh, well, no, you can do your.
Yeah, you do your presentation. I'll take care of this. Yeah.
On the 18300, I wanted to bring to your attention that since yesterday, we got a phone call from the owner of the property, and after being served last week, they have removed the tree from the structure and have started disassembling the structure piece by piece. The homeowner is an elderly gentleman, and he's going to do it by himself until he gets down to the frame, and then he's going to have somebody come and haul the frame off. So if it's okay, and if Brad agrees that we can do this, we did this with the Lillian project, if we could authorize the chairman to sign the resolution, but to give a 90-day time frame for the homeowner and property owner to go ahead and abate this situation, and at 90 days, if it hasn't happened, then we can move forward with getting bids to do it ourselves.
Okay.
Okay.
Public hearing is now open on case number, or it's not a case number, unsafe nuisance structure, 18300 County Road 28 in Foley, Alabama. Commissioners, is there anybody signed up here today, Eddie, that you know of that wants to speak for this or against this?
No, sir, and the homeowner said that they would not be here.
Okay. Since there's no one here signed up to speak, I will close the public hearing. Commissioners, need to entertain a motion to accept staff's recommendation.
I'll make that motion.
Well, Mr. Chairman, let me, if I could put on the record the
For
terms.
the resolution?
Yeah, the resolution terms, because we have attached to the agenda the resolutions drafted, but we're going to modify them here as we said. So the resolution that was part of your packet will be revised to, at the end, when it is resolved, to say that it is subject to the following terms and conditions: that within 90 days commencing January 4, 2022, the structure on the property must be demolished and removed by the property owner. All removed debris and material must be disposed of in compliance with federal, state, and local law. Should the property owner fail to demolish and remove the structure within 90 days, the Baldwin County building official shall demolish and remove the structure pursuant to Alabama law.
Okay, Commissioners, you have heard our attorney. If you want to restate your motion, Commissioner Underwood.
Yes,
She hasn't made one yet.
Well, I'll make the motion that we give the additional 90 days and reflect the parameters that our attorney has stated.
And I'll second that motion.
Got a motion by Commissioner Underwood, a second by Commissioner Gruber to adopt this resolution. All right, next up, Eddie.
Vote.
Oh, excuse me.
Vote. Yep.
I'm working the clock today, so I'm trying to.
Don't worry about the clock.
All right, is there any more discussion on this? Yeah, all in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All right, motion carries to pass the resolution, and we will have a copy of that, I would assume, by the end of this meeting.
Yes, sir.
Go ahead, Andy.
Okay. The second property is 539 Our Road in Gulf Shores, Alabama. And so on this property here, I've been in contact with the representative for the property owners since yesterday. And this is a situation that I'm a little concerned about because, as I stated yesterday, this property cannot be repaired as is. It has to be torn down. Well, the owners have stated that they're in the process of selling this property. And then so I think they're going to ask for the 90-day extension, which I'm okay with. But the thing I'm a little concerned about is if they sell the property without demoing the property, then I have to start my process all over again with the new property owners. So I don't know what legal would advise in this situation of, can we put some kind of stipulation in there that we'll grant the 90 days, which they have asked for, but to also have stipulations that they're responsible for demoing the property within that 90 days, or other recommendations from your office?
Yeah, I think we can proceed just with the 90 days, because even if they did sell it, we're going to make sure that everybody has noticed that the commission has issued this resolution, so it's going to stick to the property.
So the new home buyer would know that that's fixing to come down.
Yeah, we're going to make sure that they know that, and so I don't think we will have to restart the process because we're going to have notice out to everybody.
It's kind of like a lien on it. I mean, not.
Is it possible for us to request that be communicated in any transaction that the current owners?
Yeah, sure.
Sell
We
to someone.
can request it. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, their representative is here today.
Good.
And I've spoken to the realtor as well. And the realtor, who's a reputable guy, told me that he has communicated that to the buyers. So
Potential buyer.
Yeah,
Good.
I think it already has been. I think Richie can
That's
speak to
my
that.
thing is, as long as the potential buyer knows that.
Well, I mean, yeah, it's going to transfer to the property just like anything else would.
I mean, it's been recorded in the probate records.
Right.
So
Good.
I don't think in this case we would have to start it over if it sells.
All right, so I'm going to open this public hearing for case 539 Our Road, Gulf Shores, Alabama, unsafe nuisance structure. Sir, did you want to come up and speak on behalf of the family?
Yes, sir. Thank you, Commissioner, for allowing me to do this. I'm not sure I need to say anything.
Okay.
I've been told a long time ago, if you're going to get what you're getting, sit down and be quiet. And it appears to me that the commission and Brad and Eddie agree that we can have this 90 days. I have made the seller's agent aware, and we're going to make the buyer's agent aware.
Very good.
Everybody's going to know what's going on, what happened today.
Okay.
After talking to Eddie, I think I can't do anything but agree.
Right.
This structure needs to go down.
Okay.
We just want 90 days.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Very good.
Anybody else signed up to speak for or against this?
I'd like to add one more thing. In the 90 days that we're giving for this structure to come down, the last time that we were out there, we've noticed that some of the window boards have been taken down and the house has access to it. Somebody has tied a rope going up into the house, and people are climbing up into the house and using it for, whatever. So I would ask that the property owner go out and before, long, go out and board this house back up and make it to where it can't be entered into by, individuals at that point in time.
Thank you.
Good point.
The public hearing is closed. Brad, do you have a resolution for us?
I do, Mr. Chairman. I would recommend that you adopt the resolution that was presented with your packet with the following revisions, that it be made subject to the following conditions. Within 90 days commencing January 4, 2022, the structure on the property must be demolished and removed by the property owner. All removed debris and materials must be disposed of in compliance with federal, state, or local law. Should the property owner fail to demolish and remove the structure within 90 days, the Baldwin County building official shall demolish and remove the structure pursuant to Alabama law.
Commissioner, you've
Chairman,
heard
Mr. Chairman, I was going to make a motion that we adopt resolution 2022-041, which exercise the authority provided by the Alabama Code in order for Baldwin County building officials to demolish and remove a public nuisance located on 539 Our Road in Gulf Shores, Alabama.
I'll second that.
And add to that motion, if
With
you
the
don't
90
mind,
days.
Commissioner Gruber, with the revisions
And
stated by
also, and
council.
also the recommendations from our attorney.
Legal staff. I'll second that.
So we have a motion stated with the added language to it, a second by Commissioner Davis. Any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. All right, motion passes. Thank you, Eddie.
Thank you.
Thanks, Eddie.
Next up, Commissioner Gruber, we need to pay our bills.
Mr. Chairman, I make a motion, we pay the bills totaling $12,437,945.33. And I also request that we pull item number 115 from the accounts payable.
I'll second.
So we have a motion by Commissioner Gruber to pay the bills, and a second by Commissioner Underwood with the removal of 115.
Correct. And also, of that amount, $9,247,311.74 is payable to the Baldwin County Board of Education, and $685,144.77 is paid to the Gulf Shores School Board.
Okay. So we have a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Commissioners, we need a motion on item 115.
Chairman, I make a motion, we pay item number 115.
I'll second that.
I've got a motion by Commissioner Gruber, second by Commissioner Underwood to...
Let the record reflect that I abstained from voting on that item.
Okay. All right. So
We got to vote, though.
Yeah, we got to vote first. So, item number 115, we voted on. We have a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Let the record reflect that Commissioner Davis abstained from this vote. All right. Next up is a notification of interim payments approved by clerk treasurers allowed under policy 8.1. No action taken there. And we are now to commissioner requests.
I don't have any.
I don't have any.
I don't have anything right now.
No request. We have no addenda. Wayne, would you like?
Mr. Chairman, I do have one thing I want to bring up. I've been getting here for the last several weeks. I've been getting a lot of calls about the noise ordinance again. We've got some things in certain areas that is really going on, and it's affecting a big neighborhood, and I'm constantly getting, so they know we don't have an ordinance, so I think we're probably going to see something coming up later on where they're going to petition us to look at adopting a resolution. So,
We will definitely look into that.
yeah, thank you. I just wanted to let you know, so it's not
Yes,
coming
sir.
all blindsided about it. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Wayne, you want to update us on something?
Yes, sir. Just an update from at the last commission meeting. As you know, we had the Bicentennial Park Christmas event, which was very good. We had a wet day, but at that meeting, the commission authorized us to open the park up at night for vehicles to drive through and look at the lights. The parks and archives and building maintenance team did a fantastic job putting lights up. And just want to give you an update of how many cars. This was kind of at the last moment, first event, but on December 22nd, we had 36 cars who drove through. December 27th, we had 31 cars. December 28th, we had 63 cars. And December 29th, we had 56 cars who drove through there for a total of 186. I think that's pretty good just for the spur of the moment and for the first event. So we hope to be better next year and really have and more lights and all, Mr. Chairman. I just want to give the commission an update on the success of that. And I think that's a great model we'll propose next year to the commission to approve as well.
Brad, do you have anything for us today?
No, sir.
Thank you, sir. That was a nice blessing right there. Any public comments? Public comments, all right. Press questions? No press questions today. We're down to commissioner comments. I'll start with Commissioner Underwood.
I'd like to go first. Happy New Year. And just want to thank everybody for all that you guys do over and over again. I can't stress it enough. I hate to single anybody out on our staff because you all do such a great job, and it's all such a collaborative effort, and it is not unnoticed. And so if your name doesn't get called out, that doesn't mean that we don't notice that. So from all the ones that report to us to all the ones that work underneath them, I just want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for all that you do for us and for the people of Baldwin County.
Commissioner Gruber.
Yes, thank the staff for what they're doing in getting us to this meeting. And, this morning we had the presentation, with, from the sheriff with his life-saving thing, awards. And most of all, it's those life savings, the word opioids was mentioned. I think that's something, that, golly, it's here, and I hope that our sheriff's department, they're going to try to do their best to help eradicate some of this stuff. But it is a dangerous drug, and this fentanyl that's coming in too, that's deadly. It's not something you fool with. But anyway, just thank them for all the hard work that they're doing, and I want to wish everybody a happy new year, and looking forward to what's coming in 2022. And let's all hope that it's going to be all great things. I know but we're going to hope on that. So thank you very much.
Commissioner Davis.
Yes, to anybody that's watching this live or will be watching this when they don't have anything else to watch, and those of you in the audience, I need to read a statement. While running countywide is one of the most difficult tasks I've ever undertaken, the job and teamwork for 3+ years is also the most gratifying thing I've ever been involved in. I say thank you to the citizens for giving me the chance to be one of 4 commissioners in what I call paradise. Thanks to my wife and best friend Norma for being the motivation to do the right things the right way for the right reasons. She and I will always do what we can to help Baldwin County get better as we get bigger. Taking family matters and health issues into consideration, I am announcing that I will not be a candidate for re-election to the County Commission from District 2. My timing of this announcement is to give others the opportunity to organize and campaign for this very important role. A special thank you to Jeb, Billy Joe, and Skip for working as a true team, and to the staff that is definitely second to none. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. I think I'm going to save my comments on that until November or something when we have to talk about it. So I don't even know what to say to that right now. Any other commissioners want to respond to that?
Joe, I understand where you're coming from, and we'll get this stuff, but I'm proud that you made your decision, and whatever decision you made is between you and your wife.
Certainly.
And it's a decision that we're all going to have to make. And I hope that, whatever decisions we make, that, it's the right one. What's in our heart, because, a lot of this, that we do it because we love to do it. And
That's right.
It's in our heart to help the citizens of this county as we progress into the future. So, thank you so very much, Joe.
And I'm always shocked when I hear things, but I just want to thank you for all that you've done to work as a team as well. I know you're making this decision because of what you need to do to make your life the best, and I appreciate that, and I appreciate what you've done to give to Baldwin County this last time, and we've still got the rest of this year, and we're still going to do great things, but this has been a very rewarding opportunity for me, and I hope for you as well, that we've been able to really accomplish a lot of great things, and you shocked me, but thank you.
Thank you.
Well, I'm going to call you Pops today. Right. That's what I've called you, it seems like, the whole time I've been here, and because my situation at home, and I really don't have those figures to talk to anymore, and you've been there for me from the start. This ain't goodbye for any means. You'll always be part of this family. You've got almost a little bit over 5 months to keep working, so we've got a lot of good things to do, and it's been an honor and a privilege to get to know everybody up here, but you're making this announcement today. There's going to be some sad times, and we're going to miss you. But like I said, we've got work to do, and we'll focus on a good farewell speech in November and do something for that. But I appreciate you putting your family first. And that's a big decision, and putting yourself first. And hopefully we'll continue to pick up the torch and keep running with it. Thank you for all that you've done for us.
Thank you, sir.
So my comments are in line with everybody else, wishing all the people of this county and everybody else Happy New Year. I hope we had a meeting right before Christmas, so I hope everybody had a Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. And just to reiterate, thanks all the staff for all the hard work that you do to put into these meetings. Like Skip always says, we're a small part of this organization when it comes up here, and our staff and department heads, everybody involved, means the world to us. So we appreciate everything. I'm just going to end up saying, but we thank the sheriffs and for what they do and stuff. And I always like reminding the public that we are also fully behind and support all first responders, whether they're EMT workers, firemen, and now our sheriff deputies who have proven to be true first responders as well. We do support them, know that their jobs are tough, and every time they go out on calls and stuff that they're willing to put themselves before anything else. And it's a great honor to be a part of this great county. Also, I noticed, was at a hospital yesterday visiting somebody, and I noticed out front of this hospital, they just said heroes work here. I thought that was pretty cool to see this big spray of signs out there because, as y'all know, the hospitals are kind of getting crazy again, and they're full with all different kind of things. And the nurses and doctors and everybody that works in the hospital also are becoming a thing that I pay respect to now as well. So to all those nurses and doctors and anybody that works in the hospital line of work, thank you for what you're doing to help us get through flu season, COVID, whatever the situation may be. We just thank you for the sacrifices you make on a daily basis as well. With that being said, do I entertain a motion to adjourn this meeting?
Chairman, I make a motion we adjourn.
Okay. All right, we've got a motion and a second to adjourn this meeting. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
This meeting is adjourned at 9:17.